So the stats just came out for the month of August for Brampton, and I'm kind of curious to, before I give out the stats, like what do you guys think happened in August? Like was it even slower than July? Because July was already the slowest month of the year. So leave a comment below because always kind of curious to see like what the public thinks. By the way, if you guys need any help buying or selling, if you guys need an honest agent who's not going to sugarcoat things and not going to kind of downplay what's going on in the market, give me a call. I'll give you guys all the stats that I present here and a lot more detail. Okay, so let's get into number of sales because let's see how many homes sold compared to every other month so far this year. August was not slower than July because July was a disaster. I think you guys remember, if you guys watched my previous video, only 406 homes sold in all of July in all of Brampton. Like that includes freeholds and condos, everything added together. So August was not as slow as July, but it is still the second slowest month we've had this year. It's even slower than June and the winter month, which is supposed to be slow, January. It's still the second slowest month of the year, but it's not as slow as July. So I don't know. I mean, are you guys like glass half empty, glass half full? So you guys can make up your own mind. I just try to present the stats as I see them. Okay, so let's see how many listings got expired. And this is a new thing I'm doing for every market report because expired listings, what it means is a listing went up for sale with a certain company and they had whatever, 2, 3, 4 months to try to sell it. If it didn't sell during that time, that means the listing expired, like it did not sell with that company. Now, whether it came back up again with the same agent or another agent, that's a different story. And look at August, highest expired listings of the year so far at 58. Now let's break it down by price because some people want to know like which price range is doing well, which price range is not doing well. So this is for every category of house. It's not just detached homes. It's everything added together. So you can see at the peak of the market, like February and March, which price range was the most popular. The most popular price range was 1 million to 1.5 by a long shot, like a long shot over here. And slowly it started declining because the rate hikes came in right around there. And it has been declining. Took a bit of a jump here of compared, July to August, but it's still slower than June. So that popular price range has gone down quite a bit. But look at this, anything over 1.5 has almost like, it doesn't even exist anymore. It's like all the way down there. 2 million plus is right almost next to zero. So if you own a house over $2 million or 1.5 even, it's going to be tough to sell. I mean, it will sell as long as you price it right, but it is not flying off the shelf like it was in February and March. Okay, so now let's keep moving. If you guys just curious to see what kind of market share Brampton has in terms of types of homes, detached homes make up 52% of the market, and freehold townhouses are at about 15%. Semi-detached homes are at 19.2, and condos make up 6.3, and condo townhouses make 7.3. So this is based on August stats. So this is as up to date as you can get. Now let's discuss prices because everybody wants to know prices, right? And yeah, it makes sense because price is king. Now let's see what's been going on with detached homes average prices for now. I'm going to cover average and median. So average price for a detached home, it was the lowest ones we've had this year. It was even lower than July by a little bit. So at the peak of the market was in January. They peaked at 1.65 for average detached house. And now that is down $464,000 in August in only a matter of a few months. Like I said before, it is the lowest price we've seen this year. If you want to look at detached median prices, same thing with median prices. It is the lowest price we have throughout the year. It's even lower than July at 1.14, and at the peak of the market they were right around the 1.575 range, and since January it has dropped $395,000. That's for a detached median. And let's look at semi-detached average prices. Average price for semi in August was $933,000. That's almost down $300,000. That is crazy. Like imagine you sold at the peak of the market. You're probably laughing right now because you just made $300,000 extra versus anybody selling right now. But on the other hand, if you're thinking of buying, yeah, you know, it's great news, right? Like finally it's about time the prices came down. Same thing with semi-detached median prices. They are down $315,000. No change from July to August. Is pretty much identical. It is identical actually. So no change from July to August for semi-median prices. Let's look at freehold townhouses average prices. Average price for a freehold townhouse in August was $883,000. That is a drop of $246,000 in just a matter of a few months. That's comparing it to the month of January. Okay, so that is for freehold average prices. If you guys want to look at freehold towns median prices, median price also the lowest one we've seen this year, $880,000, and that is a drop of $266,000 on average, and that is comparing it to January. Condo townhouse average prices. I know it's a lot of detailed stats because but you know what I wanted to do was I wanted to cover just more than just detached homes and condos because not everybody lives in a detached home, right? Not everyone can afford those. So a lot of people living in condo townhouses and freehold and semis and stuff. So it wouldn't be right for me to cover one and not cover the other, and then those people feel left out. So I just try to jam as much information as I can into these videos, and hopefully you guys don't get bored of it because it takes me a long time to prepare this stuff. Okay, anyways, so for condo townhouse average price, the market peaked in February at 910, but if you compare it to the month of January at 873, it is down $160,000 for a condo townhouse. And condo townhouse median prices, it is posting the lowest price we've seen so far this year at $691,000. And that again is a drop of $168,000. Okay, and final one is condos average prices. Condos average price for a standard condo in August was $559,000. That is down slightly, not too much, slightly compared to July. But it is still the slowest month we've had this year for average prices. And if you compare it to the month of January, they are down $63,000. If you compare it to February, they are down over $100,000. Same thing, condos median, they are down $83,000. They were selling at $547,000 in the month of August. Now, we are not done yet because I also want to compare it to last year because a lot of people think, okay, you know what, this year was a bit of an anomaly, like that's not going to happen again. So we all know prices are going to come down when you compare it to the peak of the year. So why don't we compare it to last year? So I said, yeah, sure, no problem. So this is the percent change. Let me move this thing here. This is the percent change compared to August of last year right there, and comparing it to August of this year. These are average prices, by the way. So if you look at average prices, they have dropped for a detached house minus 7% compared to last year, but everything else is slightly up. Like semis, no change really. It's like almost the same price as last year. Freehold townhouses are up 4%. Condo townhouses are still up 4%. And condos are up 8% when you compare August of last year to August of this year. Right now, this is all stuff that's on the Toronto MLS. So this is not any other board. This is just on the Toronto MLS. And active listings right now, there are over 1,000 homes for sale, including condos, detached homes, semis, everything. And out of those, 169 of them have had to drop their price because they were not getting the price they wanted. And out of the 1,050, 786 of them are on the market for longer than 2 weeks. That is what is that, like around 75%. So like I was saying before, don't fall for those ads or slick sale talk, you know, that yeah, I'm going to sell your house in 5 days. I sold one in your neighbor's house, you know, in 3 days in the winter time. Yes, I'm sure he did or she did, because winter, everybody was selling everything. So it's not really a surprise. I also want to cover SNLR because I don't see it covered in some other videos. SNLR, it just means sales to new listings ratio, like how many are selling, how many are coming up for sale, and the ratio in between them. So they always say that the sweet spot is, like 40 to 60%, and anything above 60% is the seller's market. Anything below 40% is the buyer's market. So let's look at SNLR. So this is the column we're interested in right there. And what I did was I took the screenshot for the month of February. And let's look at Brampton here. In February, the SNLR for Brampton was 74.4%. And now for the month of August, the Brampton stat is at 55.8. So that is a pretty big drop. And now, according to this, it means that we are in a balanced market, because 40 to 60 means balance. But just by being out there, meeting sellers, showing houses and stuff, I would say we are borderline in a buyer's market. I would think so, just by the way things are sitting on the market longer. I will be posting videos for other cities like Mississauga, Burlington, Oakville, Toronto, even Toronto I try to cover, and even the Durham region. So please keep checking back here, because I try to cover as many cities as I have access to on the Toronto MLS. And if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to leave a comment below, like, are you guys surprised by the stats here, or were you expecting things to be worse or even better? Like I said, if you guys need any help, I'm here. You can call or text at this number. Thanks. See ya.